Hello, coloring friends. It has been some time. I was really busy in July, and so I think my last video may have been in June. And so I'm going to catch you up on everything I have colored from July to August to September, and it's all just going to be kind of in random order. One of the months, and I believe it was August, I decided to spend time, this is from August 3rd, I decided to spend time coloring in all of my Coloring Heaven coloring books, so I'd have at least one page colored in each of the books. And so this is the one I colored in the Flora and Fauna book, and I'm pretty sure I just used polychromos on the entire thing. It is, well, maybe a little bit of the Derwent drawing pencils, because I kind of always have those out as well. In the Elements special book, I colored 3. So I colored this one here of a air, so this one has the 4 elements: air, fire, water, and earth. And so I colored this one with air, and I used a lot of the Graphitints and the polychromos and the Derwent drawing on this one. And also it looks like I may have used some Inktense with this beautiful woman with her gorgeous owl in front of this building. I colored this one for Earth, and I really just liked the stag here, and I decided that it needed to have a very fall type border. I believe these are just colored pencils on there for the whole border, but there's definitely Graphitints and things. Oh, sounds like somebody's needing emergency assistance. It's going by right now. And I did use a little bit of a gold gel pen up there on her crown. Oh, and now you hear my dogs. They talk to the fire engines. And this one here is the one I did for fire. And again, I used the same kinds of things. I was using Graphitints and my polychromos and probably some Neocolor 2 in this one, and Inktense. And I like how this one came out. Oh, I may have also used some charcoal pencils on there. So that's the 3 that I colored in the Elements book. It looks like I had maybe this one picked out for fire, but I didn't get to doing a fire one. Or no, I had that one picked out for fire. I did not get to doing the water one. I had a mermaid holding a skull for that one. This one here. I had this one picked out, but I didn't get to it. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I should mark it and put it in the pile for this month so that I can actually finish up doing all the ones in the book. All right. In unicorns, I colored 1 page. I colored the dark unicorn. And here it is. Again, using lots of Graphitint, the polychromos pencils, and some of the Inktense and the Derwent drawing. So I kind of have that same thing as just what supplies I've had out for the past 3 months. And it's just working for me. I've been working on a lot darker images. I have never really liked having the bright pops of everything is like super overly bright. In Fairy Story Special, it was not the book I thought it was going to be, but it's designed by Fabiana Attanasio, and I did Cinderella in here. Tried to make her look like she'd been working and she was dirty. I picked it because of the pumpkins, and this one is a little bit brighter, but again, I used the same materials for it, Graphitints and polychromos and some Inktense probably for some of them, depending. I discovered that this paper, oh yeah, I definitely use stuff with water on here. Oh, that was Graphitints, but the paper really holds up very well to watery things. I wanted to do one once I found out what the book was like, common fairy tales, like Disney ones, it seemed like. I wanted to do a Peter Pan while I watched Peter Pan and Wendy, but I didn't get to it. So, you know, another time. Can do that some other time. And then the last of the, oh no, this is not the last of the Starry Night ones that I have. I mean, not the Starry Night, the Coloring Heaven. Another Coloring Heaven that I colored one in here. No, that's not the one. Oh no, this is the one. I did the frog prints. And this one looks like I probably used some watercolor pencils on it along with the Derwent drawing. I don't think I've colored any. I colored one other in here, but I don't think I colored any others in the month of August. So yeah, I got a few more that I could color in this one for sure. All right, in Enchanted Animals, I colored a few. I don't even know if I have them marked or if I've marked things that I want to color in this next month. Or maybe I haven't yet and I will. Yeah, because I do want to color this one and it's marked. Oh, I colored this one here. The kitty's out in the field and doing some pumpkin picking or something. I don't know exactly what they're up to, but I just finished it the other day. Oh, and I did this one as well. I did this one in August. And it was really funny when my father saw it, like on a FaceTime, he thought it was a Christmas wreath. I was like, okay, Dad. It's like Morning Glories, the llama and two monkeys, but sure, wearing a life preserver. It's a Christmas one. That one was done in June. So I have a few more I need to mark in here for doing. Oh, and I also did this one. This one I finished on September 1st. So I had started it in August, and I started wanting to do fall stuff in August, and that's what I ended up doing here. I had a lot of fun with this one. I think I would do a little different on the room and behind the kitties if I were to do it again, but I'm not going to do it again. So I'll put this in the pile of stuff for next month. And this one is actually the last of my Coloring Heaven, and it is Wildwood Witches. And I colored, this one here is Ruby Hawthorne, and she is with these pentacle spiders, and again trying to make things look pretty dark and fall. And I don't think I did any other witches in here, but I really enjoyed coloring that one. And I looked up Steve Hutton's website so I could find out some of the stories behind the Wildwood Witches. And so I maybe should put this in the pile of potentially adding onto for the month of October, because I've only colored one in there and there's 40 pictures. So there's a lot of fun that can still be had in there. So that's all the Coloring Heaven. I also spent a bit of time coloring in Tales from the Witch's Cottage, and I have a variety of things picked out in here, but I'd started this book, you know, kind of at the beginning, and it went through on this page, so I painted this page, and then I painted this page, and it went through on this page, so I did this one. This one I finished in April, and then this one I did in September, this 2-page with the two cats here. Again, working on using darker colors, working with how the light is playing in the images, and just trying to really improve some of that, how I do things. And I don't know if I'm getting better or not, but I'm enjoying the process. That's what's important. So that one's marked for some stuff to do in October. And then I did these 2 pages. I first did this one with the ghosts to work on shading, and there's a lot of graphite in here. So there is graphitint, but then there is actual just graphite pencil on top of it to shade. And I really just enjoyed that whole process. It took quite a number of days. I didn't even put a date when I finished it, but I was really trying to shade very gradually, get it shaded out. So it's definitely graphitint, and then there's a little bit of, I think this one is probably an ink tint. I did not go through. I've been getting better at that. And then I started coloring on this one, and I finished it a few days ago. So this is a September image. And I also was trying to continue working with shading and with the light, and so I tried to get the light on her hat just the right way I wanted it. I looked at a bunch of reference images, and then to have a glow coming from her pendant up on her face. I didn't want her whole face in the light. And so I'm actually really thrilled with this one. One of my favorites that I've ever finished, and I just finished that one up a couple of days ago. So I think that's it in here, and then I will be coloring in this one more later. I think I've got 10 pages done in this book now, and I want to keep on coloring in that book and get as much of it done as I can. Actually, I'm not sure if I did color one in Seasons or not. I can't remember. I may have just, oh, I did. I colored this one in Seasons. So Autumn Winds, and I did this early September. And this is a lot of Neocolor too, mostly with colored pencils over the top. And I was again working on not a solid background and having some gradient kind of changes in there, and then filling in. And I just do this in the evenings when I'm watching television, because I don't really have a whole lot of time otherwise to do things. So I don't think I colored any others in here, but I just come home from work in the evening and I'm so wiped out. Oh, I did do one other. I just put these little things in here because I want to do a bunch more pages in this book, and I don't want to transfer the stuff from one page to another. So while I was in Texas in July, I did color this page, and I'm not super thrilled with it, but I have very limited materials with me on the trip. So as far as that goes, it came out okay. I would have liked the background to go a little bit better, but I just had to do with what I had there. And I was just enjoying the kitties. Yeah. So I think that really is it for this book for right now. And I will be showing it again whenever I do what I plan to do for October. I'll probably make that a second video. I'm just making sure that there weren't any more. I had things picked out, but it just didn't pan out. All right, I did color one in Millie Murata's Animal Kingdom. I've had this book about it used. I've had it for a while. I have a lot of books that I haven't colored in at all, and I just was like trying to make a change in that over the past couple of months. So I did this Dragonfly page in the middle of September, and used Neocolor 2s and Inktense in here. I think it did go through a teensy bit on the elephant page, but I'm not upset about that. I was just trying to figure out how well I liked these pages, and I think I may have, a couple things I picked out for maybe doing in the next couple of months, like an October, November kind of time frame. So I just found a colorful inspiration for a dragonfly, and I made the background pink and blue because that's what I wanted to do. Just wanted to play around with that a little bit. And I think, well, I know I have one other book down here. I'm pretty sure I colored a page in, but I did do one in, oh no, that's right, I did not. I did do one in Gnome Sweet Gnome, and I don't know why, I really hate Creative Haven's paper. I think these pictures are really cute. I do not enjoy coloring in the book at all. But I started this one when we were at a wedding last weekend, and I finished it up yesterday. And so we have the campfire. My husband picked this one out for me to do. Again, there's a lot of colored pencil. There's only colored pencil because I thought, well, maybe I'll like it better if I don't do anything with like Neocolors or any other water base. This one was all pencil. Still just, oh no, it was Neocolors up here. Still just don't like this paper. This one also had Inktense and Neocolor in it. So this one I just went with a graphite pencils and Graphitin and colored pencils and just tried it that way, and still not a fan of the paper, gotta say. So I'm not sure what I plan to do as far as this goes, because there are, like I said, other cute pictures in here. I like all the little gnomes, but I don't like the paper that the book has been printed on. And I feel the same way about all of my Coloring Haven books. I don't know, Dover Publications, I don't know what kind of paper they're doing. I don't know. They're so cute, like the little farmer gnome. I don't know. I pulled it out because I wanted to take something cute and fairly simple with me to color on that trip. This is actually the first time I've seen it in daylight because I didn't look at it. It's you know, my table has not got the best and brightest light at it, but it turned out all right. Yeah, it turned out all right. So that's what I've colored for the months of July, August, and September, and I will show my plans for October in another video, and thanks for watching this one.